Alright, so hello everybody, this is Ateo. I'm giving you a game between Biologix and Amma2018. Not to be confused with 2017, his brother. Um, this is mainly for their sake, so I can just do like a analysis of their economy basically, and how they push up with their units and things like that. I'm not gonna I'm gonna try not to go into more advanced details about, everything, because that'll be covered in other videos, but just some like basic stuff. So starting off, Amma, right here, you could actually just do, you could actually just not build these collectors until after this third max. If you're putting down a turret, you would want some kind of energy so that you can build the turret, but otherwise, since solars only cost metal, you don't have to worry about running into energy problems until after the max. You should have enough energy to build the third max, especially when it's this far away. So that could be just rearranged so that you get the metal sooner, and that'll allow you to just have more income of it while you're building your lab. Bio here is opting to go for a 2 solar start instead, or a 2 mech start instead. So this looks good for a 2 mech start. His commander's right in the middle. He can actually protect all this area. The red ring in this indicator is the area the commander can attack, so it's all well defended against any possible early attack. So here we got the mechs, got the factory. Bio's side, he's adding on a third solar. This is actually really good and really important. Um, you want to get this constructor out ASAP, but to do so, you're going to need a little bit more energy. So having a third solar, either you boost it first and then you get the solar, once your energy drains out, and then you boost it some more if it needs it. But doing it this way is kind of the same thing. It's just a slightly different order of operation. But it's important to have an extra or extra energy coming in. So I don't mind this. So first constructor's out. Okay, so then he builds a turret. His con's coming out. I apologize, this is going to be a lot of back and forth because I'm trying to keep my eye on both players. But yeah, Amma here, he runs out of energy. Okay, and here's the solar. Okay. So yeah, not bad. It felt a little bit slow, but it was, that's not awful either. He saw it pretty quick. So first Khan is assisting. Okay, looking back over here on Bio's side. Bio has one constructor assisting, another one fixing his energy problems. Yeah, I mean, this is a way to do it. But another way to consider, if you want to, you could have the second constructor trying to get mechs already, and that'll help with your metal drain, and then having your commander build the solar. Basically, that'll just get the constructor into position to grab the metal a little bit sooner, and it'll get the solar up a little bit sooner because the commander has a lot more build power. Because yeah, you have your energy's at a point where like things are slightly slowed down because you just don't quite have enough, and your turrets and stuff will not fire when you are out of energy. I like this too. You're adding on a turret to protect this location. This is a little bit out in the open and susceptible to attack, but at the same time, it is just a single mechs, and you want to try to limit how many light laser towers you have going on, just because you are low on resources. So I don't mind that you skip this at all. I'm just kind of pointing it out. Almost starting to move out now too. Vehicles generally have a bit of a slower start, especially when the third mechs is so far away. So this is not a bad time. Looks like he's queuing up a radar on top of the hill here, which is ideal. So that's good. Meanwhile, over on Bio's side, we could use a radar before you push out or during the push out. Like one on the hill is nice. If you forget and you're at this point, you could add it on here. I think I mentioned something in voice chat, so it gets added on. But yeah, it's kind of like around now is when rovers and stuff start showing up. So it's nice to have that radar so you can see them and deal with, or that's the wrong player, and deal with them. So now he sees this blip, he sees that blip up there, and now this mech is in a bit of trouble just because it is unprotected. Let's see, do you have any... okay, so you do have 3 grunts out, whoops. So these 3 grunts are doing scouting. Ideally, you would want to have one hang out, ideally along areas that are in trouble or don't have defense, I mean. So one around this mechs right now would not be a bad idea, and they could move into position to intercept the rover. So this rover is going to be able to pick this off. You just have a grunt come out to fight that afterwards. Second rover gets picked off by the LLT. You know, this is just a solid defense here. But yeah, he's going to have to recap that mechs. Looking back at Amma's side, let's see, we got mechs is being grabbed by the commander, another guy grabbing mechs is on the side. I assume he's pushing up this way. This is good to do. This is like a standard thing to have going on at this point in the game. I would say that this constructor ideally would have the other mechs already queued up, and that way it'll just never be idle. It'll just keep going, type of thing. And then along the way, you could, like whenever you see two metal spots, you could put down an LLT, or if it's a little bit further away, you could put down an LLT, or you could have units go over to defend it as well. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Amma does with this first guys. Grunts are out from Bio, kind of looking around in a bit of a defensive position. I would argue you might want one just kind of like down like in this location, just to guard against things that attack this location, you know, down this avenue. And then, you know, as you grab the mechs, it's going to be a touch more, a touch safer against rovers and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so you have... Oh, it looks like your guy is defending the metal extractor. It could be maybe placed up here. Let's see what your radar coverage is. It should be alright. Yeah, that's fine. Towards this location up here, I'd maybe consider another radar just to be able to see up here. And that way, like if there is a rover or tick or something, you can defend this constructor a bit better. You know, you can respond quicker because you see it coming sooner. Let's see how far out does it go. Okay, so you're building the mechs here. Grunts threaten it. You push it back. Pretty good, pretty nice. I would say that you know, having a radar around here, especially after you see the grunts, would be nice to have, just because your current radar doesn't cover everything. You know, it doesn't cover this entire location, but also so that you can see beyond. Like if you had one like around here, you should be able to see like basically around, you know, around this area, which just gives you so much more information, and then you can defend the location a lot easier. I should mention that I think I've already gone through this replay with you guys, but I decided to do a video on it just so that you guys have something to look back on. You know, since I did talk about it live, you know, it might be helpful to have a video to look at. But yeah, another sentry. You see the opponent kind of setting up over here, so you put down the sentry. I like that idea. You push up with your commander, not bad. You have a fallback point if necessary. Bio kind of the same thing, except he decides to push forward instead. So I think this is over. But yeah, this is like a decisive move by Bio. He knows that he has more units to lay down some damage on Amma, and he decides to go for it and push in with his commander. And then so Amma, even though he has this turret to fall back on, it's a little bit too far back, and so Amma gets a bit punished here. The game's over. But to look back, just so you're aware, like you do have some units back here. If you set the rally further ahead, like they could have been positioned like over in this area at this time, and then you could have used them to like do the same thing and like to defend your commander, and to attack his. Those blitzes are going to be far stronger than the grunts that Bio has. So if they were positioned here, and Bio still does this dive, you know, and your blitzes are nearby, then Bio would actually be losing here because the blitzes, unless he gets off some phenomenal D guns. Um, yeah, really short game, but you know, just something to go over since it was a game between both of you. Um, Thanks for watching.